Hey guys, this is Michael's iCast, or The Unseemly Gamer if you're following my Blazing Magnet channel, and today, as I promised, I'll be reviewing Super Mario 64 for the Nintendo 64, which is Mario shifted into 3D. Now, I've been playing this game for about 7 or 8 years, and it was actually the DS remake, Super Mario 64 DS. I'll talk about that later.
It's me, Mario!
Yeah, this is the first Mario game to have Mario's voice, played by Charles Martinet. No, I'm not counting Mario's fundamentals. In the beginning, Peach sends a letter to Mario to come and have some cake with her in the castle. However, when he arrives, he hears a familiar voice telling him to get out. Wanna go school? And then, of course, we have the game. What can you say? It's freaking Mario. In addition to being able to bash blocks, collect coins, and stomp on enemies, Mario also has some new acrobatic moves. He can punch, kick, ground pound, long jump, backflip, and even do this new move called the wall kick, where you bounce from wall to wall, mainly to reach higher areas. But we didn't like all the power-ups like the mushrooms, fire flower, and super leaf because none of them return in this game. Instead, you get 3 different power-ups that I think are even better. In certain levels, you need to make it to a colored switch that solidifies the colored blocks you may have seen earlier, similar to the Switch Palaces in Super Mario World. These blocks may contain the Vanish Cap, which allows you to pass through certain walls, the Metal Cap, which allows you to walk underwater and safely pass certain hazards, and my favorite, the Wing Cap. The Wing Cap, my god. It's absolutely awesome being able to fly with this thing equipped, especially during the Red Coin stage in Shifting Sand Land. Anyway, apparently Bowser had stolen all the Power Stars and scattered them all around the castle. Your objective is basically to find these stars. The castle itself can actually be explored now, serving as the hub world. To get to courses and levels, you need to jump into portraits. The first course you can go to is Bob-omb Battlefield, where you need to fight the Big Bob-omb, who then gives you your first Power Star. After that, you can pretty much do all the levels and courses in any order you want. Any order. There are not 7, but 15 courses in this game. There are courses like Hazy Maze Cave, Wet Dry World, Tick-Tock Clock, Rainbow Ride, and my personal favorite, Shifting Sand Land. I really like the levels where you're in the pyramid, and if that's not enough, the Red Coin stage. Now, the courses are chock full of fun stuff. Besides using all the caps, there are puzzles where you need to open chests in a certain order. We have the slide levels, navigating through a toxic maze, exploring a volcano, all the awesome platforming, and even some racing levels. A couple times you get to race Koopa the Quick, and Cool Cool Mountain has a stage where you get to race this fat penguin. I didn't lose any of these races while recording footage for this review, but if that happens, at least you don't get murdered like in Sunshine. You can even find stars outside of courses, and secret levels to be exact. I don't know why, but a lot of them are Red Coin stages, like the Cap Switch levels, an Aquarium stage, and the Bowser stages, but who can forget other secret stars like the Princess's Secret Slide. The boss fights are still fun, but not as much as Mario Sunshine. In addition to Big Bob-omb, we have bosses like King Womp, Wiggler, and my favorite, I-Rock. It kinda sucks that only about 6 courses have boss fights, and even then, I find the bosses incredibly easy. Like I mentioned before, occasionally you'll run into Bowser. You just need to grab him by the tail, swing him around, and toss him into one of the mines into the arena. That's pretty awesome. You only need 70 stars to reach the last Bowser stage, but I always get all the stars before going there. Oh man, but when all's said and done, it's time for one of the most epic Bowser encounters ever. Not only do I like the creepy atmosphere and organ music, but when you blow him up twice, he shakes the platform, causing it to form into a star shape. With one final hit, Bowser falls on his back for the last time. If you beat the game with all 120 stars, Bowser will be surprised when Mario tells him that there were some stars in the castle that he missed. As he disappears, he will give up the final star. Mario will grab it and then take off. He will land at the entrance of the castle, where the power of the stars is restored. Peach shows up, and Mario can finally go and have that cake. Now let's talk about Super Mario 64 DS, the 2004 remake of Super Mario 64 for the Nintendo DS. The graphics have obviously been given a makeover, but in this version you actually get to play as other characters. You start off controlling Yoshi. As usual, Yoshi can flutter jump, swallow stuff, and make and throw eggs. Mario has pretty much the same abilities he had in the original. Luigi can also flutter jump, and Wario has the ability to break blocks you couldn't break earlier. The power-ups are also a bit different. Rather than them being represented by caps, they're all represented by a power flower. While Mario retains the wing cap, or in this case just the wings, he also has a power flower power-up where he can float like a balloon, allowing him to reach far areas. Yoshi's power-up is his fire breath, where he can not only burn enemies, but also melt ice blocks, particularly in Frosty Slide for 8 red coins and Yoshi's ice sculpture. The Watch for Rolling Rock stage is also different, because there's a Super Mushroom power-up you need to smash the rocks, as opposed to just dodging rocks and walking up to the star. You have more boss courses, particularly Goom Boss, King Boo, and Chief Chili, and you also get to rematch the Big Bob-omb, but it's basically the same as the original Big Bob-omb on the summit. In this version, he throws Bob-ombs, and you have to throw them back at him, but it's just as easy. New to this version are stages where you need to collect 5 silver stars in order to make the Power Star appear. Also, you have switches that make certain Power Stars appear, and you have to get them within a time limit. Now let's give the final scores in 5 categories from 1 to 10, 1 being awful and 10 being excellent. For graphics, I'll give it a 10 out of 10, sound 10 out of 10, gameplay 10 out of 10, and challenge 6 out of 10 in the original, and 5 out of 10 in the DS version. Replay value, I'll give it 10 out of 10, and overall, I'll give the original release a 9.2 out of 10, and I'll give the DS version a 9 out of 10. I would say both versions are just about equal. Why not play them and decide which version you think is better?
Now, this is my favorite Mario game, and possibly my favorite game of all time. And if that's not enough, I plan on doing a review of Ocarina of Time in a few months. With that said, this is Michael's iCast, or The Unseemly Gamer if you're following my Blazing Magnet channel, signing out.